Shut up and sit down.
Hi guys, another weekly AOD Athlete update video. Just going to give a run through of the week. I hope everyone's staying safe and enjoying training at the moment. We're really getting in depth into our open prep now, so should be starting to see some patterns with a lot of the training. This week's going to start with our final progression of our back squat. It's also going to be a final progression of our deadlift strength cycle we've been going through. So next week we're going to be testing some back squats and testing some deadlifts. Now, this being said, we won't completely omit those movements after this cycle while we're still in that accumulation phase of our open prep. It's good to still keep working on that maximum strength work. Obviously our shift will start to change from specific sort of absolute strength and get a little bit more CrossFit specific. Starting with our volume session, 1 set of 6, 85%. This is very, very heavy, guys. It's over that relative intensity that we'd expect for a 6. If we hit that, we should be either hitting a 6 rep max PR, or we should be sort of being able to be like, okay, now set ourselves up. We should be able to hit an actual PR on our 1 rep max deadlift. So build, see if you can hit the 85% for a 6 reps. That'd be really solid if you can. Snatch work, building slightly heavier than last week for our 10 sets of 1, nice and simple there. And then a progression on our movement capacity. Again, increasing the number of reps for our chest to bar and our double unders if we can. Okay guys, still trying to be consistent on this, not trying to have a fall off through the sets. With Tuesday, with our jerk work, same again. We should be building slightly heavier than we did last week for all 7 sets, so quite a lot of reps here. Accumulating some more volume on our ring muscle ups. Again, another progression on our capacity work there, every 2 minutes times 5. Aerobic conditioning, guys, nice and simple, exactly like it says. We're just trying to get a nice steady amount of aerobic base building work in there. It's fairly short, so pick a number of reps that is going to be tough but sustainable. Okay, we don't want to be sort of redlining and trying to recover. It should be continual work through all the 12 minutes of that. Thursday, we're working again, clean and jerk strength, same as the snatch from earlier in the week, build slightly heavier, and then comes our final bit of the deadlift strength work. We are building towards a 10 rep max test or 10 rep max touch and go test next week. So we're basically trying to work towards that now, accumulating a little bit more volume than we have been in previous weeks. 5 touch and go deadlifts, rest 30 seconds, 5 deadlifts, reset. Okay, so we're getting that volume, we're gonna build throughout those 5 sets, start nice and light and then try and get heavy, feel comfy. Classic CrossFit conditioning, exactly like it says here. We get a little more open and specific with some of our conditioning pieces now. So a workout that we do often see is a chipper style workout just like this. Double unders, box jump overs, wall balls, bar muscle ups, and then back down the ladder. Okay, nice and simple. Scale the number of reps for everything there if we need to, mainly on the double unders and on the bar muscle ups, so that we can try and achieve them fairly quick. Okay, you don't want to get to one of those points at the bar muscle ups and be staring at that bar for 5 minutes having to do doubles. Okay, if you can't get that 20 bar muscle ups done in say 3 or 4 sets, think about scaling down the number of reps. Our accessory work, we're still working on that single leg stuff, guys, as next week we're going to start to introduce more specific more specific pistol work. So we're just sort of again build the foundations there. On Friday, absolute strength for our front squats, keeping with that tempo, see if we can build a little bit heavier, really trying to nail in those really good positions. Snatch accessory work again, starting at the final weight of last week, build a little bit of weight there, and movement capacity again, increasing on those number of reps for our kipping handstand push-ups and those dual dumbbell front squats. Okay, a good combo there. That is straight into our aerobic development again, similar to the 12-minute EMOM earlier in the week, just straight in, consistent pace the whole way through. Finally, on Saturday, we've got our technical skill work, working on those handstand forward rolls, cartwheels, headstand holds. Again, building the foundations in this accumulation phase before we get really, really specific. We've seen a freestanding handstand now be tested at games, possibly could come up, so we're all just trying to work those really good basics of our gymnastics, get comfortable in all these different positions, all these different variations of movements. Then finally, our performance piece. This week's is wheezing for time, 27, 21, 15, 9, calorie row and dumbbell thrusters. Okay, It is, you can probably recognize this, a twist on a previous open workout that has been tested twice. It's also a combo we see quite a lot of, a monostructural conditioning piece, whether that be double unders, whether that be rowing, into thrusters. Okay, we always get those thrusters tested. I think dumbbell thrusters, it's only a matter of time before we see them come up, so it's good to have that little bit of variation. Some people find these tougher, some people find them easier than barbell thrusters. Typically they are going to be a little bit slower, so if we have done this workout in the open start before, maybe have a look at your time, you can compare. But for this, guys, just try and go out and get a really good workout in, try and move consistently through and see if we can go unbroken on those dumbbell thrusters. I know it's going to be tough. If the weight's a little bit heavy for us, that 22.5, we're going to struggle to hold on for that first set. Think about breaking up that 27 and that 21, so we can try and increase our pace to the 15 and the 9. Okay, we don't want to be getting to the 15 and the 9 and dying off and having to put down those dumbbells. Those should definitely be unbroken, so work back from there almost. Okay guys, we'll have a little more specific video coming out about this workout, so be on the lookout for that. Another solid week of open prep, guys, we're going to be getting in here. Hope you enjoy. Ready for a few little tests next week, and then we've got a couple more weeks before we begin that second phase in our transmutation. Okay, so any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Love to hear you guys' feedback or anything you want to know more in depth about. Enjoy. See you next week.